Yo, what is good, my anime faithful? What is good, yo? So, let's talk about the Ferrigono. I really was thrown back by how this story is told. Like, you guys gotta remember that some stories that are being told in these mangas or light novels are so good that animation studios or just the people who publish the manga and we're getting all this good revenue off of it probably, or light novels, whatever the case may be, they're like, we need this in a show stat, get it, do it, get it done. And then we're this is where we are today. So with that being said, the story is interesting, and it just keeps getting more and more interesting. And I say that with very, very happy eyes and heart, but at the same time, I know what comes with the show's overall standing of the look of the translation of most of the fights we've gotten in the beginning. And like I was actually happy to see at the end of this week's episode that not only is it like taking place somewhere where it's not ending without like some action popping off. Like we learned a lot this week, so now the action is what we are rewarded for. So, oh my god, I'm about to get bodied. And for instance, to see that they have the two girls that I said last time were the best fights, they have them on display right now, about to go in again. And by the looks of it, they might actually have to use their fairy. So this will be their chance to show me now if they're going to heavily, heavily change everything just because of the fairies. And maybe that's where all of, uh, for some reason, the little bit of effort goes. Because, I mean, if you think about it, if CGI doesn't cost that much, right? And they're putting it all CGI mainly into the monsters, and in this week's they were using it in the mechanical things that are like having malfunctions and stuff. If that's how they're going to use it, and then they use all the rest for the character designs and everything else as the storytelling and just the basic way of seeing where everything is, I'm almost okay with it because, to be fair, like the monsters and stuff are, I mean, they look cool and all, but I can understand why they're using CGI because to do all that design and stuff in that, they would probably have to CGI the characters, like interactions and stuff with each other, more, just because they're putting the same effort into their walking, the talking, the interactions between human and human. They're putting all that uh, uh, animation that I love to see, that 2D, and then when they have these monsters that they don't really feel for some reason that needs to be as polished or something along those lines, or they just couldn't polish them as much as the characters, they get CGI'd. So I understand what they were going for. It's just the sad fact that it just doesn't look good. And if they can prove that they can do it good in certain times or certain ways, and this is next week is a good chance for them to prove that. So it's up in the air. I'm not going in there with high expectations like, oh my god, this is gonna be the best fight I've ever seen in my life. I've ever seen in my life. I already know that they're probably gonna. I mean, Bitter's definitely gonna pull out her demon. So I don't really see there being a reason for them not to go heavy CGI yet again, because they're just going to whatchamacallit. They're just going to have maybe the girls handle it all without using much of their fairies, but I mean, this guy has already in front of the two girls who are with the government, or at least with people who can confiscate the black totems without being prosecuted by anybody. He just pretty much said that I have them and no one has ever been able to get on my property to steal them. So now that we're on your property, we about to give you them hands. But they got guns aiming at them, and that's exactly why I jumped straight to believing that they're probably going to whatchamacallit, they're going to have to use their ferries to block the bullets, or at least give them a quicker chance. I mean, to think about how long it's going to take the ferry to activate is pretty funny. So I don't know. I'm interested to see how this all plays out overall, but I'm pretty sure I have a good understanding of how it's going to play out. I mean, let's be honest, the girls are going to go ham, or what's her face is actually gonna pull some gully stuff and leave our ladies. Bittersweet's gonna probably leave the girls or something. I can kind of have a feeling that that might be uh, her type of her type of fighting. Like, I'm just gonna get out of here now, so bye. And, oh my God, they did the pull out the heart grab. That's so dirty. Oh yeah, he's a terrible assist. I forgot that. Krapika. But yeah, with all that being said, though, I'm pretty sure the people who are going to start off the biggest war, though, as of now, is the guys who are with the Prime Minister. Like, my God, these guys are literally talking trash to each other within being in front of them. Like, they just don't care. They're like, yeah, I'm going to have to squash some trivial matters, but for the most part, it's all for peace, you know? Like, we got to kill any things off that are trivial, but peace should come very soon. So if you don't understand that, that practically means if you are a trivial matter, you will be squashed. And then I will just say it was all in the name of peace. Just like how our prime minister believes that because he's alive and because he's not the reasoning behind uh, he's not dead or whatever, he gets to say that this was all for peace or whatever he wants to say it. So, very, very interesting to be saying that. And we learn now that whoever is like the higher ups in these teams, they have they're part of the prime minister's like body or something. They're like the ears, the mouth, the eyes, and the nose. I don't know, something like that. But that's kind of, I thought that was a kind of cool way of going with where these guys are. But at the same time, it just kind of made me mad that they're just sitting at the table, pretty much telling us verbatim that this is the people we got to be watching out for. These are the guys that have the most power so far. They can get in with the prime minister. So whoever wins pretty much just gets to say, "Oh yeah, that guy was bad, and I did it for peace." Like, everybody's gonna be lying, so we'll see how this all plays out overall. I hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be when you're watching this. I am your boy, the Anime G, and yeah, I definitely want you guys to, if you have been giving Fairy Gone a chance, good on you. But if you haven't, I understand, and trust me, I'm not mad at you or anything like that. But the story, okay, the story is really good. So with that being said, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.